Okay, here we are back in the tailgate garage. It's February in Cordova. Been warm and raining a lot. Now it turns cold and all the snow is pretty much melted off. All we got is frost on the ground. It's about 25 degrees. And I got boards sitting around the house. So I'm going to make a little how-to video on how to tie the bike down in the back of the truck. Now, I'm not going to do all 4 of them, just this one here. Most of these new trucks, hope you can see it in this light, they'll have a tie-down cleat on the side there somewheres. The older ones might not. And you should put an eye bolt or something in the bed or in the side or in the top of the box here. You can even get these fancy clip-on cleats that fit in the post holes in the top of the box. Now, the hook on the tie down tended to slip off that cleat. Wasn't really very secure. So I just went up to the hardware store and got a couple these clevises and pushed them through the hole in the cleat, screwed them down. And that holds pretty good. Now you might think this is a pretty stupid video. So everybody ought to know how to do this, but face them. You know, a lot of guys never tied nothing down, and they've got a new Rokon or an ATV. Never done it before. You'll see 2 kinds of straps in the store. These are the pull-tight straps. You just got a hook on one end, and this spring-loaded clip here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's some knobbies on the bottom of that. And when you pull that through, the clip snaps onto it, and supposedly you can't pull it out. But the plain fact is that if you're doing a lot of riding around, you know, and you got a bumpy road or something, the jerking on this can loosen them up. And I've seen some older ones that have snapped right through. The knobbies just eat right through it. But where these are handy is to slip it down in the tailgate like that. Then you can wrap the other end around your ramp and hook them together. Pull them tight. Keep your ramp from kicking out from under you. That's about all those things are good for. This is the one you want to use. These are ratcheting straps. And when you first get them, they're going to be in 2 parts. You know, you have a strap and the ratchet separately. And this part of the strap will be on there. And you'll have to put them together. All you do is just take the strap and run it through the slot in the cylinder here and down the bottom. You want to do this, you want to make sure that both hooks are facing downward with the ratchet on the top and the short end facing your bike or your ATV, whatever you're going to be tying down. You notice there's a loop in here. And that's when you wrap this around wherever you're going, I'll put the hook through that loop. Don't want to put the hook on your metal. It's going to eat through it, and it's going to slide around quite a bit. Now once you got, there's a little series of steps you got to take here. And I hope this all comes out because I'm wearing a helmet camera so I can wear my gloves. Once you got it all run through, just put your hook on. Put your other hook through wherever you're tightening up, through the loop. Now, these kind of straps, said these are a ratcheting strap, and this part here is the release for the ratchet. Just pull it up on like that, and it releases. And then you just want to go back to where I started there. Okay. Now when you first, put these together and hook them on like that, and you can see you're going to have a lot of slack, and you don't want to wrap all that slack around here because it'll bind up. Just take a hold of the end and pull it up like that, and that'll take up the slack. And you just crank on it. Now you got to kind of adjust things around because you want the bike sitting, pretty much straight upright. And you want to crank it down just enough so you see the tires squishing down there. I don't know if you see that. Once you got that squished down, push the ratchet all the way up like that. Now snap it together, and it's on there. I got to do a little adjusting here. Okay, when you're all through with it, got it tightened down. You're going to have a whole bunch of loose strapping here. You don't want it laying around where it's going to trip you up or get tangled up and everything. So see if I can find my pocket there with my numb fingers. There we go. Roll it up a bit. Take a zip tie, push it in there, and tighten it up. And when you get the bike in the truck and you're ready to do this, you'll have your straps all the weight length that they're supposed to be. Put both on, get the bike so it's almost straight up and down, then just crank on the straps, get things even, and that's basically it. Every now and, like I said, you might think that's common sense, but every now and then on Bob Gallagher's Rokon world, somebody comes on and can't figure out how to do something. Doesn't mean they're stupid. It means they don't have the experience. They got enough common sense to ask. Lunchtime.